What's up, guys? So we're out in the back again, and you can see the chickens running around here. They are really enjoying their little free range area we did, but we're gonna walk on over this way because we're gonna do a little something with the compost today. So I've shown you guys this little contraption before. Now this here, as you can see, this is basically a goat fencing, and we've got these 4 perforated pipes. And so basically what this whole system is it allows maximum airflow. So the compost, you never have to turn it. It gets tons of airflow and it composts extremely quickly. We built this little compost system back in, I want to say it was April or May. But essentially when we first built it, we were still getting very cold temperatures outside. In those 30s and 40s it was still hitting. And yet the compost was cooking at about 110 degrees early on, which is fantastic. That's exactly where you want to be, at least for the type of compost we were doing, because there was very little animal input. Now, when we go ahead and do compost using what's in their chicken run, using what's in the chicken coop, that's all, well, there's tons of poop in there. So the poop is going to help really kickstart the compost, and it's going to cook at higher temperatures. So in other words, it's going to make really good supercharged compost. But anyways, if we look a little closer at this, if I dig through here even just a little bit, you're going to see all the life in here. I mean, just a little bit there, and we got all kinds of dudes crawling around in here. We got worms, we got all sorts of things. I've even given buckets of this to the chickens because that's how much life is in here. But today what we're gonna do, I'm gonna go grab a bunch of this, and then we're gonna plant out the sweet potato slips that we did, and you can see that in an earlier video of ours on the channel. But we're gonna go ahead and plant those out, and we'll see you over there. All right, let's scoop a bunch of this out. Now, just for the record, this is the first time we've been using any of this compost we've made, so I'm very excited to see how well something like our sweet potatoes doing it. My theory is the vines are going to take off like crazy. Let's hope my theory is right. Hey guys, just want to take a second to ask you to smash that like button and hit subscribe. It'll really help out the channel. Back to the video. Alright, now we're going to get planting these sweet potato slips out in a second here, but I just wanted to show you guys this compost here. What makes really good compost is, not only can you tell the color is sort of like a, you got coffee, like a wet coffee ground sort of color, but this compost has not gotten wet or rained on in a while yet. It's still very moist in my hand. You can see this sticking in my hand, but also the consistency. Good compost, you should be able to ball it up and it'll stay as a little ball, like so. But it should also so easily crumble away. Those are a couple of signs of very good compost. And you should also easily be able to stick your hand right into it. It's nice and loose. It's not getting compacted. One of the worst things for many plants is compacted soil. That's why compost is so great, because it's fertile, but it's also very loose, and the roots can spread out and easily get the nutrition and moisture that they need. But with that said, we're going to go ahead and get these roots in the compost. So planting out things like this isn't very complicated. I'll usually loosen up the roots a little bit here, and we're going to be putting, I've got 7 of these total, so one of these planters is going to get 4 and the other one's going to get 3. So we're going to kind of spread them out a little bit, give the roots plenty of room, and kind of pat that down a little bit. Next one here. And there goes a line from Westover, I think. Grab our last guy here. Throw it on in. So these are pretty decently spaced out. So grab the next one here. Now this one, we've only got 3. So don't really have to space them out too much here. But we're going to give them plenty of room to grow. I guess we can get this stick out of here. So now the idea here is we've got 4 in this planter, 4 in this planter. Now I'm going to let these 7 plants all grow out. I'm not going to harvest sweet potatoes from them. I'm going to let them actually all grow into new mother plants. Now, here's something to keep in mind with sweet potatoes. If I was attempting to actually harvest sweet potatoes from these, what'll happen, you'll notice these vines, as they grow out, they are in the morning glory family, and you will see little flowers that'll grow on them that look relatively similar to morning glories. Now, if you actually wanted potato production, you would actually want to rip all those flowers off. Because what that does is that sends a signal to the plant to basically go into survival mode. And also too, the more that you actually take the leaves off of it, because these leaves are very edible, they're quite similar in taste and texture to spinach. So the more you take the flowers off, the more you snip leaves off, the more it puts the plant into survival mode. In other words, putting more energy into the tubers in the ground. So you will get more potatoes if you eat more of the leaves and make sure you pick the flowers off. So, but we're going to let these become new mother plants so I can do this same thing probably later on this year, and definitely over winter, because I will bring these inside to overwinter them, and it'll be just like the last video you guys saw when these were all still inside. We snipped these off from the mother plant, so now we're going to have 7 new mother plants plus the 1 original mother plant that these all came off of. So the last thing we're going to do here is mulch these, give them a little bit of a watering, but not too much, because this compost is already quite moist, and they're just going to sit outside, soak up the sun, and grow on out. I'll show you guys probably in 1 week how much vine growth we actually have now that they're in the compost and really out in the sun. Because just sitting in these mason jars with water, they will stay alive, but they won't have too much rapid growth. In here, there's tons of nutrients and all kinds of microbes and whatnot, so I get the sense these are going to grow out very quickly. Alright, so here we are, guys. We've got the new temporary home for all of our sweet potato plants, and we even finally decided to bring the mother of taters outside, because she's been inside for quite a while. We'll name her Khaleesi, mother of taters. Get it? And here's how the rest of the garden's doing since we're out here, because we're right in the middle, and everything's going pretty well. The only thing that didn't do so well was the other taters, because these ones all got drowned out and root rotted. But don't worry, sweet potatoes, you guys are too sweet to die. Till next time, so long.